Has this ever happened to you? Your ADHD child has had soccer on Tuesdays and Thursdays for months at 5 o'clock. You roll down the hallway at 4:30, he doesn't have a clue. He's playing with his Legos, reenacting the Battle of Hoth. Pew, pew. Not only does he not remember he has soccer, he doesn't remember it's Tuesday. He thinks it's Saturday, he forgot he went to school. You yell, he yells, your frustration spilled over to the whole family. Everybody gets in the minivan in misery. You roll into the soccer parking lot, and you have a bit of triumph in your mind because you're going to be on time and you're always late. And you hit the minivan, and the door opens, and there he is in all his glory in his flip-flops. Not a soccer shoe in the van. You want to cry, but that'd be inappropriate in public. You call your husband to vent, but he doesn't know it's Tuesday either. And you drive home, weeping quietly, laden with guilt. Are you ready to live differently and have less chaos, drama, and tears in your family? I work teaching children to read that have ADHD, dyslexia, and auditory processing challenges. In that work, I've learned you can't teach children to read that are living in chaos and toxicity, so I began teaching general behavior coping techniques. This works and has worked for families throughout the country as well as my own dyslexic ADHD family. You're going to learn how to use a color-coded calendar and implement 3 habits with that calendar to change your family life. Don't click off when you heard the word calendar. I know you've heard all about the importance of structure, calendars, lists, and you've tried and most likely failed. Do it the way I'm going to tell you to do it, and it's going to change everything. Okay, this is a calendar my wife Julia saved from a year when my ADHD children were at their peak of activity. Now, each child is color-coded. So, and this is really important, they got to pick their color. My oldest son, Sawyer, is green. He was in his senior year, and he was going to G-Tech, which is a community college. He overcame his ADHD, was able to go to college his junior and senior year of high school. Now, Maeve, my daughter, is purple, and Jonas is red. My wife is orange, and I'm blue. My wife filled this out at the beginning of each month, and we had a meeting every Sunday night. Each child had a color, and they had to be responsible for what they saw. I am blue. I used to tour and speak in schools around the country. You'd think I would know I'm going to Georgia, California, and Kansas, but I wouldn't know, and Julia'd have it on the calendar. Now, how does this help you avoid chaos? Because they're going to look at it every day, and I'm going to tell you how to make that happen at the end there. Now, certain things, the kind of things that will throw your family into absolute chaos, Julia would note, right, with symbols, and you could see them. Like right here, this festival went for multiple days, and it would run into biking. And these are the things that this helped us, right? This for the whole family, not just the child that was struggling with everything. This would help us see, okay, here comes a chaotic day. How are we going to plan for that? How are we going to deal with that? How are we going to get our ADHD kids where they're supposed to be? And we'd see these symbols and understand, okay, several days out, we'd get, okay, this family needs to prepare and get a plan for this upcoming weekend so we're not running around and we don't leave a child somewhere. Now, as you can see here, Julia crosses out each day as it happens. For some reason, she didn't finish crossing out this month, and that's why I picked this month so you could see this more clearly. Because your kid will actually look at the wrong day and do that day. I'm going to show you how to make this happen. There's a reason why this is going to work compared to the last time you had a calendar. You're going to have 3 habits that you will implement. The first one is you're not answering anything anymore. They come bumbling it. Do I have soccer? Look at the calendar. Do I dance today? Look at the calendar. You answer nothing. They look at the calendar. Why? Because it's time for them to take control. There's too much accommodation of students and children today. Parents running around and doing everything. You're not doing that anymore. You're not going to have the chaos because they're responsible to look at the calendar and prepare. And maybe you'll be able to use the bathroom without someone shouting through the door, "Hey, do I have dance? Hey, Mom, where's my shirt?" You make them look. Even if you're in the backyard, in your car, you're not answering. They got to trudge in the house and look at that calendar. The second habit you're going to teach is teaching your children to check the calendar first thing in the morning, as soon as they emerge, and somewhere in the evening before they go to bed. And you're going to teach this, and it will happen because you're going to reward and punish it. Rewarding and punishing works. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. You're going to give them some time, but understand this is not going to go well when you implement it. Because kids with ADHD, dyslexia, and APD often have impaired executive function, which means low emotional control. They're not going to like it. They also have a difficulty changing habits. This is going to be, as I had one parent, I'm going to just quote it, work better. This was hell for 3 weeks, Keith, but it's been so worth it. It'll look something like this. Hey, Joe, you didn't check the calendar this morning or this evening. You didn't check it. Dad, I was busy. Okay, look, I've given you a week. Let me have the tablet. I love you, man. This is for you and the whole family. Let me have the tablet. I'll give it to you tomorrow morning after you check the calendar. It's that simple. Think of it this way. They don't get what they want until you get what you want, and you're simply asking them to go stand in front of the refrigerator and look at a calendar. That's all you're asking. And then you're asking for the third habit, which is incredibly powerful. The third thing is rituals connected with what's on the calendar. I call them rituals. To me, it's a better word than habits. And that means, what do you have? I've got soccer at 4:30. Lay out your soccer shoes for tomorrow. And you teach that habit, and you teach it over and over again, and your house will run so much smoother because you're not responsible for running around the house and collecting everything. Your child needs to look at the calendar and prep for it. Keith, that's an impossibility. That's not going to happen. Well, maybe it won't. Because we live in a world right now, we have lowered expectations of our children, especially our children that are neurodiverse. They need higher expectations. Because if you run around and fix everything for them, they're not going to function out there in society, and they certainly won't be able to handle college. You are going to reward and punish this. And it looks like this. I got soccer. Get your shoes. You're running late. We're not going to soccer today. Why? Look, it's been on the calendar for weeks. I've taught you to use this calendar. You're not ready. I'm not running around like a maniac. We're not going to soccer today. And so you're like, well, Keith, can you punish an ADHD kid for being ADHD? Yeah. If you want them to be successful and function in the world, and you want to have a healthy, functioning family. This is worth it. This is going to be a disruption. I'm being honest with you. It's going to create chaos and conflict to get rid of the chaos and conflict with the calendar and these three habits. But the chaos and conflict is worth it because of the word I hear over and over again from parents. It's a powerful word. Proud. My child's so proud what he's achieving. He's ready every morning. He's got the right stuff. He's ready in the afternoon to go to scouts. She's ready to go to her activities. And I hear the word proud over and over. After the conflict of implementing what I'm trying to get you to implement, you will create a proud and happier child and have a healthier family. Please subscribe. I have a lot more coming out. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions at all, ask them in the comments. I will answer. If your child is struggling at school because they're struggling with a learning disability or cognitive situation, check out this video. It will help you help them find joy in their life even though school is tough.